Hi everyone, I'd like to show you a Russian tube tester, less known. The best known tube testers made by Russians is IL-13 and IL-33, but this one is an IL-14 made in 1958, long time ago. First time I saw it, I thought somebody deleted numbers from the scale on the instrument, but I remember that I saw it a Funke tube tester. The same like this, the scale numbers are on the card, not on the instrument. So needle shows to these numbers on the card. I put a card 6P 1P equivalent with 6A Q5, if I remember the right. It's a pentode, no, tetrode, pentode. Okay, so let's see how it works. Turn on and off, switch. Here we have a push button and the rheostat. From that we set the main supply. In Russian, установка напряжения. I'm not a Russian speaker nor English speaker, but I know a little from everyone, less Russian than English. So we set the main supply. Next we have here a switch. When we have korotka, I don't know what it means, but on this position we check the leakage current between electrodes. Here we see положение переключателя электрode. For this tube we check only on position 3. This is electrodes. Maybe on position 3 it tests the current leakage between heater and cathode. So we have another two push buttons. This is for test, measure, and this is for calibrate the slope, steepness, amplification, milliamps per volt. In this position, leakage current on 3, push that button, nothing. Tube it's okay, no leakage. Next position, anode toka. That means plate current. To see the plate current, push this button. This is a range, the range for current plate current. You see here плохая, хорошая, плохая, and uncertainty range. That means bad, good, bad, and between good and bad. In the user manual said that in this range it's good or not, but not use tubes in medical devices or avionics or something sensitive. Certainly this is the good range. So it shows 35, 40, 40, 40, 42 milliamps plate current. Next position is крутизная. or something like this. That means slope or steepness or amplification factor as milliamps per volt. That means slope is how milliamps increase or decrease the plate current on each volt plus or minus we give to the tube on grid 1. So for to test slope, first we make a calibration. We have this potentiometer, установка вычислителей or something like this. Not very stable. Maybe I didn't let it to warm enough, or maybe the potentiometer has some usage there. Okay, let's see, it's good. And this is for calibration, this is for testing and measuring the slope. It's shown here. You see S from here to here is good. Here is uncertainly and bad. This is a good range. That means 345.45. In the middle 4.1 or something like that. And this is the tube tester. Very easy to work with it. Once you understand it a little, we have another position, stable. That means on this position it tests stabilization tubes like OB, OB2, OB3, or CG, Russian CG1P, CG2S, and another. And we have another button, push button, named vacuum. This vacuum we put on plate current, push the test button, and with this kept pushed, push the vacuum. If the vacuum is good, variation on plate current must be less or equal with 1 milliampere, but we don't have any variation. That means the tube is very good. In fact, it's a new one, unused. Anything else about devices? It's a little hard. Oh, no hard. Has some white. In the left side has a door with a screw, and here's under this door we have cards, about 200 cards, 6N1P rectifier, big rectifier. Inside this tube tester we have a rectifier like this, 5CZ3S, like this one. Another tube 6G8. It's used like as an amplifier for slope. And another tube, small rectifier, 6X6S. It's a small rectifier. It rectifies and indicates the main supply. And this is those are all tubes inside. And another cards we have 6G1G, 6P3S, a known one, 6N8S, equivalent with 6N7S, another double triode, another one. This one is somebody worked with this 600P. This is equivalent with ECC83, but another heater connections. Another good amplifier for tube amps. This is less known. I didn't hear about it. Not this. SIGI. This is a stabilizer tube, rectifier tube. And so on. Strange one again. Rectifier. 6P14P. This is IL-84 equivalent, or the 6BQ. I don't know how. 6BQ6 maybe. 6BQ5. 6N3P, another double triode. No. As you see, they made different cards for first triode and second triode. So, that means to test the tube, you must change the card and pull out all pins and put again on this card to check the second part of the same tube. But as you've seen at this, the smart guy before me identified the pins for the second triode. You see, put the card, and to check the second triode in the same tube, only change these 3 pins, no entire card. So in the same pocket on the left side, we have few cables, maybe to made some from here or from here, some connections, few spark pins, spare pins, and here some rectifiers. If you know, this is not a silicium rectifiers, not germanium, is before cuprox rectifier. All times we have for this. These cuprox rectifiers rectifies the indication for slope. Here's some spar fuse. That's it's all. This and this. Those cables. And the cards. I like these two testers, very simple, easy to use, and despite the others, the other two testers who say only good or bad, this tell us a little more about vacuum, leakage, currents between electrodes, and the slope. Easy made, cheaper two testers made only on emission current. Put supply the tube with heater voltage, and at a small voltage they put all electrodes parallel, and they measure the current between the cathode and the other electrodes. But this one is a smaller one. Have some sockets here: heptal, noval, octal, loctal, GU50 or FU50, some strange ones. So that is. Oh, I forgotten. This is a приемник. Приемник means in Russian receiver. If you want to see is if that are some short circuits between electrodes, or a small resistance between electrodes, you put here an entrance, an input for a receiver, and just a low frequency amplifier, and that you can see some strange noises. When they are short, maybe we hit a little the tube, we hear something on that receiver. They say приемник, but not need a receiver, entire receiver, only low frequency amplifier. The test for slope, this is made with a small part from mains voltage, from main supply, 1 volt. When you make these calibrations, this means 1 volt, 50 hertz. Not so smart like L13 or L33 that make the slope test with internal generator 1014 hertz, and after that a filter who measure the level. This is a simple one with only 15 hertz. So this is IL-14 from 1958.